Hello. All right. Hello, everyone, my friends in this amazing group and beautiful community. How are you today? It's Tuesday. Feels like it's already going by fast this week. I don't know what it is. Like it's Tuesday, but yet I almost feel like it's Thursday or something. I don't know. It's weird. So welcome to Uplevel Your Shit Day 2. And I hope you had a really enriching and a really great exercise with day 1, or yes, found yesterday's lesson helpful to you. Hey, Rebecca and Dawn, that the gratitude exercise, making that a part of your daily practice. And thank you to Rebecca. Hey, Michelle, for sharing your gratitude list with us from yesterday. I should have done that too. I'm going to share mine for today. But it does make such a difference. It's one little thing that makes a huge difference in your energy levels, in your vibration, and eventually spills over into your confidence. When you do realize that, wow, I do actually have a lot of great things going on, even though I feel like I'm up leveling and I need to do all this. Hey, Brittany, or I'm behind, or I don't have this, and focusing on all that. Hey, Candace, just focusing on what you do have for blessings, you realize you have way more than you might know, or that you are not feeling that appreciation for, and allowing that to up-level your vibe. So therefore, giving the universe that gratitude and opening yourself up for more blessings to come, right? Because when we show our appreciation, the chances are, we're going to be blessed with more. So that's kind of the idea. But just realizing how great that we have it, even though it feels like we're in the middle of a shitstorm, it does help to raise your vibe and your confidence. And if you can manifest what you already have, if you can manifest those blessings that you're grateful for, what else can you manifest? Some are gifts from the universe, right? Like we woke up today, we're breathing, our eyes are opening. Like some of them, we can move our hands. Like some of those are just beautiful, hey Maria, beautiful gifts from the universe that we can just be grateful for. And then there are other things that we might find in our world, like maybe our spouse or our partner who is being very sweet, or just doing like all these other things that we actually had a part in manifesting and co-creating. So if you did that, what else can you do? All right, so let's move on to day 2 though. So now that we've kind of like really worked out our gratitude muscles, we're raising our vibe a little bit. Hey, Teresa, I want to start with being super self-aware. So this is going to be a little exercise today in complete honesty about where we're at. I had the original worksheet, the pre-work, where we were envisioning where we wanted to go, where we're starting to really get creative and think outside the box and dare ourselves to dream bigger. But sometimes that's hard, right? Sometimes that's not as easy when we're feeling like certain areas of our lives are not where we want them to be. And it helps to really get a feel for where we want to go and how we're going to get there. The how is later. Right now we're working on the what and the why, okay? So don't worry about the how. It's easier to know where we want to go when we are completely aware of what's happening now. So we're going to talk about today's working on your world right now. And we're going to figure out where are areas of your life that are really going well and where are some areas that aren't. Hey, Scum. Hey, Teresa. So this is all about self-awareness. I feel like this one thing, like really mastering this one thing, can give you so much freedom, growth, and opportunity, and will just kind of be a lifesaver again and again and again, and also gives you some grounding sanity, being self-aware. And I want to make a really huge distinction though, because in the past, I thought self-awareness meant perfectionism, and that is not the same thing. This is not a reason, this is not the reason to beat yourself up. Like we're trying to really just release any need for perfection, any expectations. Phone call. Any expectations that were placed upon us, those limiting beliefs and those kinds of things that hold us in that really self-critical space. We want to be able to look at ourselves objectively, right? And doing that throughout your life can just be so amazingly freeing and keeps you so much calmer, right? Because it's like, imagine and I just saw this. What was I watching last night? It was perfect for this. Oh, the movie Soul Surfer. I watched the movie Soul Surfer with my family. If you haven't seen it, such a good movie. Very, very sweet movie. And it's about a girl who, Bethany Hamilton, it's based on a true story, who was a teenager who loved surfing, wanted to become a pro. She got attacked by a shark and lost her arm, and kind of documented or really showed her journey back to the top, back to really being able to still realize her dream of professional surfing, even though she went through all the feels and all the doubts and all the, the changes. Okay, so one of the things, and she went to this youth group for her church, and she had her church leader, played by Carrie Underwood, who showed the youth group a little slideshow presentation. And she showed them a picture, and it looked like a brain almost. It was like brown. It had like veiny looking things, and it was hey Barbie, and it looked kind of like a brain or something. You couldn't even tell what the heck it was. You could only make your best guess. And they all guessed. She had them all say, what do you think this is? And they guessed. And then she showed the next slide, which was the actual item, but in a regular, taken from a regular distance. So you could see the whole thing. It was a walnut. So it was the inside of a walnut up close, looked like almost like a brain or some sort of a body part or an organ. And then she did another one where she showed, it looked like a red, I don't know, some sort of a red bubbly substance or some red bubbly surface or something, and they had all these guesses. Nobody could really figure out what it was. And then she had the next slide that panned back, and it was actually the eye of a fly up really close. It was like these red, almost like these red dots, like, put together. You couldn't tell. So her point was that when you're looking up close and when you're in the middle of the crap, you're in the middle of it, in the thick of it, it's hard to get perspective, right? It's hard to get perspective when you're really close. But when you go back and that's kind of like this being subjective, like you're only seeing it from right here. So you're just making these opinions and assumptions, which if you go back and get objective and you see the whole picture, a lot of times we completely didn't nail it at all. Like it's completely not what we expected or thought it was going to be. So think of that with yourself and with your life, right? So right now, if you're bummed out or wanting other things, you're seeing it like this, or you're having financial struggles or relationship struggles or health struggles. You're like this. You can only see yourself like this in your life. You're just seeing the crap and like this little just constricted box and not a lot of opportunity there, not a lot of, you're just seeing this one problem that's so big, it seems like there's no other way out. There's nothing else to see here. Like it's just taking over. So we want to get like almost a bird's eye view or an objective view of your life. You can look at it and see what's really going on and know that sometimes the problems that we're focusing on and giving so much attention to get so big, they fill up the screen, when in fact, it'd be so much easier to deal with it. Or maybe it's not even as big of a deal. Maybe we actually have it better than we think if we just step back and look at it. So this is what we're going to do today with our lives. Hey, Christy, we're going to step back and take an objective, start to train ourselves to look at ourselves objectively. So this exercise is taking the key areas of your life and asking yourself, where do I put myself on a rating of 0 to 10? So 0 is like, this is not happening in my life at all. And 10 is, I've totally got this. I feel like absolutely, like this is fulfilling, beautiful, epic. I'm psyched, I'm pumped, right? I've got this. I don't feel like anything needs to change here. So I'm going to give you a worksheet. After this video, I'm gonna put the link to the worksheet in a separate post. I'll also put a copy of it in the comments here too as well. And you can download it and you can answer. It gives you, let me see, relationships, time management, finances, self-confidence and your emotional health, body image, and your health of your body. So how you feel about yourself, your image, and also how you feel your health is. And that's it. I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, wait a minute. Some of that, if you're on my HempWorks team, you know I gave this to you, and the rest of it is all like network marketing related. And so I would put also like your mission, your career, that kind of thing, your work, how you feel about that, okay? So your work, your mission, and I would also put your kind of like your giving to the world, your contribution to the world, how you feel, how you feel that you're, maybe even put like leisure time. I'm going to add a couple in there and replace them. I just realized that that worksheet's not what I want to give you. It's close, but it's not, it's business related. This is personal. So I'm going to put all those key areas of life, and I want you to rate yourself from 1 to 10. And I want you to be objective. I want you to step back and get your bird's eye view. Right? Not so much saying, oh, my relationship gets a 1 because you had, maybe a little tough morning with your partner. If you look back, step back and look at your whole relationship for a second and say, really, where is it from 1 to 10? Even though I had maybe a little argument this morning, is my relationship really a 1? Like, I want you to look objectively, right? And again, this is not a place to be critical of yourself. This is not a place to beat yourself up. This is just about getting really clear and honest. If you're going to build your confidence, then I want, and I'm totally serious when I say this, right? I want for you in this group, as well as when I work with my clients, all of these areas to be a 10. Because why? If any of these areas are not a 10, then you're going to feel out of alignment. Right? So if even in the other areas, if your finances are like at a 2, your relationship is probably not where it could be, right? Because you're stressed about money, you're not feeling secure, you're having just a lot of anxiety about it, or you're distracted thinking about that, or it's, gets you a little bit cranky. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of my mentors said the funniest thing about this, and he was right. He said, when every area of your life is not a 10, it's like, and it's pardon my grossness, but it's like peeing in the pool, right? If you pee in the pool, right, the pee distributes out to the rest of the pool. It doesn't just stay in this one spot. So it will affect this one area of pee, like one area will actually branch out and affect the rest of you, right? It's not just gonna stay in that one spot. Oh, my self-confidence is low, but that doesn't affect my relationships, my time management, my finances. Of course it does, right? Of course it does. So this is what we're gonna work on. It's important to know this about yourself. And like I said, be able to be super objective. It contaminates everything, exactly. So we're going to look at ourselves and give yourself a rating. And if you wanna share it with the group, if you feel comfortable, go for it. We're here to uplift, support, and just help and just cheer you on, or just, give you a hug or whatever you need. We're here to, I'll even do it. I have no problem with that. Just going ahead and sharing it, if not, totally cool too. And where you're at, because as we go along and as we're working on confidence and even going into business, knowing what areas of your life might need a little extra love is so helpful, and that will help raise your confidence, because part of our confidence is knowing where we're going, which means having goals, hopes, and dreams and desires. But if anything is feeling out of integrity or out of alignment with us, it's so much harder to create goals, dreams, hopes, and desires that feel right or that really are authentic to us, right? Because we're not being fully present. And by the way, having every area as a 10, again, is not about perfection. This is not about perfection at all. This is about you living your best life. And you deserve for each area to be a 10. And we want to reach that. We're not just striving for it, we want to reach it. And that a 10 means different things to each person. This isn't about what society thinks is a 10, or you have to be a millionaire, or you have to have, the spouse and the 2 kids and the picket fence. That's not what this is about either. So any image of perfection, whatever we've been brought up to know, just trash it. This is about truly getting to, hey Heather, getting to your deepest dreams and desires. But first, we're just gonna see where we're at now and get a good feel, so that we can just be totally honest up front. We can look at ourselves without losing our shit or without really beating ourselves up. And so we know we can make a plan from there. We can make a plan, and we can know exactly why we might be feeling out of integrity in other areas of our life. What needs help? So I am going to, if you have any questions about this, or you have any comments or questions right now, let me know. If after this, you can put them in the comments or just post and tag me. But I'm going to put a link to this worksheet here in the comments, and I will do a separate post as well. And I invite you to work on this. So as we're going through the rest of the challenge this week, you have an idea of exactly where you are, right? Exactly where you are. So we can create a plan and a strategy and have you feel good about where you're going and good about yourself, because you want, when all those areas are a 10, you're gonna feel fucking amazing. That's it. You know, you're going to just really feel like you've got this. You're gonna feel like your needs are met, and that you can absolutely step out boldly and courageously and declare what it is that you want in your life and go for it when all those things are running on top cylinders. So that's it for today, my friends. It's all about the self-awareness, a great gift that you can give to yourself. This is part of emotional intelligence, and it doesn't mean that we don't get emotional or that we don't have moments where we're kind of down. It just means that we are able to identify our emotions, feel them, and look at them objectively and say, is this true or is this not true? Is this something that I need to process? Is this something that, you know, where does this come from? And really be able to say, let me look at my life really and see what I've got, you know, see where I'm at and really know. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you today, and I will be back with you all tomorrow. And if any questions on the worksheet or any questions at all, let me know. I'm here for you. Message me, comment, post, whatever you need. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow.